Hello Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for To Your Eternity, chapter 157.3. When we last left our heroes, the Guardian Knocker was pretty easily taking on Fushi, seemingly, until Papa Mizuha, or Papa Mizuha's Knocker, appeared, and told the Guardian Knocker that Fushi was still hiding one form left, and we learned that it's Kahak, that Fushi was saving for some purpose. It's a little unclear as to why Fushi was saving that form, but seeing her old vessel enrages the GK, just goes on the attack. Fushi tells her to not insult his comrade, is the exact line. And then sort of, as the Guardian Knocker goes after him over and over again, Fushi insults her, reminding her that what gives her the strength she has is the blood running through those veins, the blood of Hayase and of Kahak. And the Guardian Knocker is not pleased at that. Also, Fushi, chops her hand in half. It's a whole thing. It's really cool. With that said, let's dive right on in chapter 157.3, Cleaning Up After Trust, Part 3. And we pick up right where we left off, with the Guardian Knocker in so much pain after getting her hand cut off. Ah! Yeah! Ow! And Fushi's, feeling that pain. We see those little, black splotches of pain in Fushi's consciousness. And she's, trying to regrow the limb, but it looks really, moundy, I guess. And Fushi taunts her. It looks like you aren't used to pain. In that case, you probably aren't prepared to die, are you? But the Guardian Knocker is ignoring it for now, using her other hand. I think it was the right hand that Fushi cut off. No, it was the left, restoring the left. Also, though, the use of the left hand here, I haven't really tracked it throughout this fight, but both the left hand being the hand that Fushi cuts off and the one that's sort of focused now does call to mind the limb that the Guardian Knocker resided in during Kahak's tenure, the left arm. Either way, the Guardian Knocker throws a punch, and Fushi just blocks it. And something happens there. Something shatters. That might be... I'm not sure what is meant. I think it's... Is that Fushi's arm? Did she, is that the bone... Is that Fushi's, bone peeking through there? Is that what's going on? She seems to be, laughing at this damage. And we saw how she reacted to pain, so I don't think she's in pain. I initially thought it might be, armor that she broke, but we see on page 2 that's clearly flesh. The way it sort of ripples around the fist, it's clearly flesh. But either way, the Guardian Knocker laughs. She did tear through the arm, but Fushi regenerates the arm with the Guardian Knocker's arm still in there. God damn, that's a trick. That is a and she's literally trapped in his arm. She can't fucking move. And the Guardian Knocker presses, "Are you stupid? What in the world are you trying to accomplish by..." Oh, and we see... Hold on, okay. So we have this reminder of the hairband from... I always forget if this was Hana or Izumi. I think they both have weird hairband-related plot lines. I think it's Izumi, though. And Fushi tells her, "If you have nowhere to go, then I'll be your vessel." Okay. That's an interesting change. And the Guardian Knocker's stunned for a moment, before, grinning in, victory. "If you do that, I'll steal all of yours." But Fushi tells her, I won't know how well I can suppress a foreign entity like you until I try. But, well... Oh, he's saying, instead of being inside Mizuha, be in me. Okay. I don't... I can see how this ties into his plans of cohabitation, but I don't know how well this is gonna work for him. Okay. I won't know how well I can suppress a foreign entity like you until I try. But, well... If it does turn out that you're stronger, I'll think of something then. I mean, however much you can think of when you're just a little orb, like we saw back in Renrir, when the Guardian Knocker also did all this. But the Guardian Knocker just laughs. "Ha! You have no plan?" And she looks at Fushi's very, placid face, and it gives her pause. And then... Papa Mizuha shoots her in the head. Stunning food, okay. I thought they were on the same... Whose side is he on? What is his end goal? Like, I figured he was just another, a high-ranking knocker, enough so that he would, like, lead this sort of schism in the Guardians, but, like, still sort of beholden to the Guardian knocker. But no. I mean, maybe the Guardian knocker can regenerate that, I don't know. But he still shoots her in the head. Stunning Fushi, and Papa Mizuha just sort of stares with this look of, like, disdain. And Fushi yells, why did you... Don't worry. I vaporized the knocker. Is that it? Is that it? I suppose if the Guardian Knocker is back in paradise, it can still come back. But I just saw like snippets of this next like column while I was looking at this one, and things might be right about to really change. But Fushi just goes on, that isn't what I meant. And then Papa Mizuha tells him, oh, I simply figured it was about time we went home. We can't find your core in order to kill you. And we weren't able to lay a single finger on that father of yours. Our battle in the present is over. Are we reaching the end of the present era here? Moving into some kind of future? Like, I thought this was sort of the beginning of a new arc. With 151, the story entered into a new phase, but still in the present era. But I don't know. What he's implying here is that the Knockers are going to leave for some extended period of time and then come back the same way they've done in the present era. But I don't know. Like, okay. I'm trying to think through what that would mean for all of the other threads this story is running right now. Right? How does, like, if this is the end of the present era, how are we going to deal with, everyone just realizing that the Knockers are back? How do we deal with things like Sadaru and his growing like lack of beholderness? It just feels really sudden to all of a sudden be moving into the future again. I don't know. Like, this is To Your Eternity. Moving into the future is part of the thing. But it's been so long since we've done that, for one thing. And, like, something about the way the world is set up now has made that feel like it wouldn't really be a thing anymore. I don't know. Either way, in the present, Papa Mizuha says, we aren't finished. Our lives are still ongoing. She came here to die, in order to get a fresh start. Okay. Her goal was to die. Alright. Okay. I mean, I suppose that fits in the Knocker's stated goal of everyone dying and going to paradise. But it just feels weird. I mean, maybe you could read her, let's have a fight at last, Fushi, as like, Fushi kill me, or something. But it still is just kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know. Papa Mizuha then goes on, now Fushi, the water here is soiled by Knockers, so be sure to wash it away. Once it reaches the ocean, they will all decide whether to live on or die themselves. And Fushi's just real confused. I don't know what's going on. And then I think he might have just shot himself, because we hear this huff come out of his mouth, and like his eyes widen, like he's killing himself here. And then he goes on, make no mistake though, he's like clearly breathing heavy. I think he has shot himself. You have not won. Be thankful I was here, Fushi. And Fushi's just as confused as I am. Oh no, he hasn't shot himself yet. He's about to do it now. I'll see you again. And he's like, gun up to his neck. And he shoots. Okay. Okay. And then we cut to Bon, who is ruining those nice pants in the water, which is also Knocker invested, so like be a little nervous, Bon. Hello? Fushi? Are you there? Where are you? Are you alright? We see Fen and Nixon, who are behind him. I forget which is which, of course. See, isn't it like a maze? I'm surprised Fushi-san and the others made it this far. Someone must have known the way. Going all the way back when they first found the sewer base, with Izumi. And Bon tells them yes. By the way, whereabouts are we walking right now? What? Are you lost, Prince? Huh? Weren't you two showing me how to get there? I sure wasn't. Didn't we say that we didn't remember the way? So yeah, they're all sort of. It's a weird like comic turn after all of the what the fuckness of the past 9 pages. Oh no! What if I get lost here? I didn't bring any food or water. And one of the ghosts tells him, "Calm down, Your Highness. We'll bring you food and water." Really? Then I'm safe for. Wait, no, I'm not. You're ghosts. And they hear this rumbling sound, and one of the ghosts stops them. Shh, Prince, I hear something. And this like wave of water. Like, it doesn't seem like the sewer water, it seems like a flood washes over Bon. Bon has this weird, almost like Iemi from Osamatsu-san pose as he falls over. And the ghosts tell him, "There, you got plenty of water now, Prince." Why in the... and the ghost, as it like flood out into the surface, "Hooray, the exit!" But Bon gets onto him. This is the entrance. He gets, splashes out of the water. Eek! I was searching for Fushi, but I ended up right back where I started. And then Fushi's there. Fushi's also fallen. Or Fushi's also been flooded out. Maybe Fushi, like, spawned the water? I don't know. But he sees Fushi, or Fushi sees Bon away. Huh? Bon? Fushi! Thank goodness you're safe. So, did you settle things? And Fushi's a little exhausted here. Settle things? No. I couldn't pull it off. I couldn't do it over. And Bon gives him this little, like, sad but proud smile and tells him, "You gave it a good try." And that's where we leave off. So, where do I even begin with this chapter? There's not a single thing in this chapter I saw coming. I'll tell you that much. Like, on the one hand, I can sort of see where Papa Mizuha is coming from here, right? They're sort of at an impasse right now, and so why give Fushi the chance to stop them, however he might do so, when they can just go die for a little while and come back later, as opposed to like Fushi talking them down or something, or talking down the Guardian Knocker, or whatever Papa Mizuha fears most. I'll say this much, though. It does seem like Papa Mizuha's knocker is going to be much more important than I figured he would be. Like, I didn't really think much of him. I thought he was just, like, one more knocker, right? But, like, the fact that he ended up killing the Guardian Knocker, even if it's only a temporary thing for now, kind of implies that, like, is he going to end up being kind of the big bad here? I don't know. And I'm still just really weirded out about all of these story threads ending right here. It feels like a lot of these threads were just kind of getting started. And maybe, we'll spend some more time in the present era before the knockers come back. We'll get Mizuha a new body if her ghost is still hanging around. And, like, that can still let us deal with some of these themes. But I don't know. It's really... it just feels like a really sudden end. And I suppose, like... if this were a more traditional death scene, I might comment that's just what death is like. Death just kind of happens and you're not always going to be prepared for it. But, I don't know, it just feels really weird. And I don't know where Oima's going. I'm trusting her to, like, guide this to the right place. But I just don't know what her plan is. And then we have this sort of weird comic bit with Bon. It's funny, it's nice, it's not a lot to bring up there. Then we do get this really sweet scene between Fushi and Bon. Which calls back to when Bon was like a major character in this manga. I don't think Bon's been really important to the Memori stuff, as I recall, which was right before I started reading this week to week. But it's not, like, Bon's fun to have around. Bon's just a fun guy. But he's not really the part I'm thinking about in this chapter. I'm thinking about all the stuff with the Guardian Knocker and Papa Mizuha and shit just being so weird here. I just don't know where we're going from here. Which is exciting on the one hand, but also, like, this feels so like a sudden ending that I'm a little nervous. Like I'm going to trust Oima that she's going to tie all of this together at some point in the future. I just cannot work out how she's going to do that. I don't know. It's exciting. It's exciting, don't get me wrong. But also, it's just a little wild. This is a really, really sudden shift in the story here. Like I remember with Renril, I remember, like, the siege's end felt really sudden, but then we had a good long while of sort of denouement. It might still get plenty of denouement. So maybe this is just like the end of Renril again, where, like, the siege just sort of stopped, it felt like to me. Maybe this is that thing again? I don't know. It still just feels weird to me. But I could ramble on about that for a while. I just don't know where we're going with this. But I'm not going to. I'm not going to waste your time going on and on and on without any new ideas, so I'm just going to leave this video off here. Hope you'll enjoy the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, do whatever makes you happy, And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!